After watching the main event last night of SmackDown and seeing Cody Rhodes at the end of the entire segment literally putting his hand out and saying the best man win, have the best man win, I'm determined more than ever to root for the Bloodline. Like, seriously, for at least for the first night. Because I really do want this whole story to end. Like, I want this story to end and just be gone and never come back. But I'm tired of the politicking. I'm tired of the campaigning, Cody. I'm really tired of him campaigning to the fans. It's to a disgusting degree. And then the fact that he's literally shaking the hands of a guy that screwed him last year. I'm not even going to say screwed him. I'm just going to say that he got the upper hand by having Solo Sikoa came out. Yeah, that was dumb. I'm not going to lie. That was dumb because Solo got kicked out and somehow he came in and just did Samoan Spike and took Cody down. That was stupid. I'm not gonna deny that. That was dumb. That was 100% dumb. Made no sense at all. But I digress. If you know what your enemy can do, what they are capable of, and what they will do to you to keep whatever power they got, why in the world would you put your hand out there and try to shake it, knowing what they can do? I don't understand why people follow him. Hence why I really do honestly want the Bloodline to win the first night. Why? Because we really haven't seen what Cody Rhodes is truly made of. We haven't. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, he had a torn pec going up against Seth Rollins. So what? He tore his pec by training. He didn't tear his pec in a match. He tore his pec when he was training. He had to show up. You know how embarrassing it is when you honestly tear your pec when you're working out and then all of a sudden you can't go to work? You know how embarrassing that is when you're a wrestler and you tear your pec training? He had to show up to work. He had no choice. But in this case, he gave his choice up to The Rock only to renege and take it back. And yeah, that still doesn't make any sense to me, and they're really trying to get the fans to forget, and somehow it's working for some of them, but not for all. I really do want the Bloodline to win night one, because Cody Rhodes has gone around with this ridiculously squeaky clean image like he can do no wrong. I want him to have the biggest challenge of his life. The biggest challenge for him to win that championship. I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be the hardest challenge he ever had. And I might have a little bit of respect for him if they do this. Now, I know I'm probably a little micro fan in the sea of Cody Crybabies, but honestly, I really want the Bloodline to win because honestly, the Bloodline didn't do anything wrong this time. They did plenty wrong last year. I'm not going to deny that. But they did barely anything wrong this year. We can't count Jimmy because Jimmy's kind of been going against his brother Jay as well as Solo Sikoa. They're all brothers. It's like a brother thing over there. But with Roman, we haven't really seen a lot of power moves from Roman because Roman's been gone for a while. We haven't really seen a lot of issues with The Rock. The Rock just showed up. Yeah, he's one of the board of directors of TKO that got announced, but he just showed up and challenged Roman Reigns, and he was gonna take that spot after talking to Cody. And of course, Cody reneged, and after accepting that he was gonna give his spots to Rock, he reneged at the kickoff and took it back. The person that's been doing a lot more, in my humble opinion, having a lot more issues and a lot more, I'm not gonna say damage, but the one that's been the most problematic actually has been Cody. And yeah, I know a lot of people be saying, well, you just don't like Cody. You're going to say that. And you know what? I expect y'all to say that, and you're entitled to your opinion. But let's be real. Roman and Rock have been speaking truth in every promo they had. Yeah, it's been laced with very colorful words, mostly from The Rock on Instagram, which I think is fire, by the way. But Cody has barely been doing anything at all for this feud. Barely. He's been making promises he can't keep, and that's what he did at AEW. He's been starting fires too, mainly with the fans, but in a very passive way. And then, of course, he reneges on deals. Cody's been doing a lot more, being a lot more problematic than the Bloodline's ever had. And the fact that The Rock came out there, talked about his Samoan heritage, and then he insulted his grandfather. And honestly, and to go back on The Rock's promo, he didn't say anything bad about Cody's mom. He didn't. And to the respect of Cody, he didn't say the same thing about Cody's mom, about The Rock's mom either. But honestly, Cody's been more problematic than the Bloodline has. So with him calling the Bloodline out, with Cody calling the Bloodline out, I honestly, really want the Bloodline to win night one. Because he's going up in there, because he's got the fans behind him. And let's be honest, for every celebrity out there that has a massive, huge fan base, their fans will go to bat for them to where they don't have to pick up anything. They don't have to do any work. The fans will do the work for them. So Cody's going to sit back, let the fans fight for him, because the fans are actually the ones bringing in the money to the company. And that's kind of what happened when the Cody Crybabies got all mad when Cody wasn't going to be getting his story finished. Even though technically it isn't his story. But I digress. I really want the Bloodline to win, because the Bloodline, if they are the enemies, they have to bring it. They have to bring the biggest challenge, the most adversity that Cody has ever had to deal with in WWE as of right now. I'm not talking about his Goldust stint. I'm not talking about his stint when he was with the Legacy. I'm not talking about anything in his past. I'm talking about now. When he showed up, everything was easy. His wins were easy. There was barely any challenges for him. We can't count AEW because that's when he left. I'm talking about now. They have to bring it. He has to be to the point of breaking in half, thinking he won't do it. It has to be so challenging for him to where that he will definitely rethink everything he's ever said, and he will bring it as well as the Bloodline bring it. I want the Bloodline rules for night 2. I want the Bloodline rules for night 2. I want Cody to face the biggest challenge he's ever faced in his life, for that win to mean something. I might have a little respect for him. I want him to be human. I want to see him break so he can get up and fight as hard as he can to get what he wants. I want the Bloodline rules. I don't want one-on-one. I want the Bloodline rules, and I hope they give it to him. I hope the Bloodline wins, because they're not the enemy this time. Cody is, at least in my opinion. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And I know everybody's going to say, oh, you're just a hater. Say what you want. Say what you want. It's not going to change my mind. But I will say this. If there is a Bloodline rule and he fights hard to get through it, and they end this storyline with a massive, massive red bow, I might have a little respect for him. But I still want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like what I do and you like what I say, by all means subscribe, share this video, and like it. I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.